game of NFL free agent fits. And let's start with this one. Acho, what's the best fit for JPP?
The Dallas Cowboys. I love to see JPP in a Dallas Cowboys uniform. Why? Because the Dallas Cowboys just lost Randy Gregory to Denver, but they still got Micah Parsons. They still got DeMarcus Lawrence. Add a dominant Super Bowl, multi-time Super Bowl champion, and you'll have a three-headed monster again in Dallas.
Yeah, that loss to JPP to Denver probably still stings for those Cowboys. Graziano, what's the best fit for Ndamukong Suh?
Look, he could help a lot of teams, but I like the idea of him going back to the Rams. I mean, look, they really took off last year when they got Von Miller from the Broncos as an edge rusher. He's now in Buffalo, so that defensive front could probably use a little beefing up with some veteran presence, and he's played there before. It might be fun for him to go back and try and win that Super Bowl.
So, Acho, what's the best fit for OBJ?
Oh, it's got to be the LA Rams. Odell Beckham Jr. was peaking at the right time. The last 4 games of the season, he had more receptions and more yards in each of those games, and it primed up in the Super Bowl where, outside of that injury, he was on track to be Super Bowl MVP, averaging 26 yards on his catches down. I'd love to see Odell Beckham Jr. back in an LA Rams uniform next to Cooper Kupp and now the newly added receiver, Allen Robinson.
Okay, you guys just want to keep loading up for the Super Bowl winners. Can't somebody else get some love here?
Yeah, right?
Why not?
No kidding.
And so I get Acho wants him back on the Rams. Dan, you look at OBJ. I mean, what a weapon this guy would be for so many playoff teams. What are the chances that we see him on a roster sooner rather than later?
Look, he's still coming off injury. I mean, the Super Bowl was less than 5 months ago, and he had a significant knee injury in that game. So he needs time before he can show teams what he can do. So, look, he could sign and be in someone's camp, absolutely. But it's also possible, and it might not be a terrible idea for him, honestly, to wait a little while, let part of the season unfold and see who needs him at that point.
Who do you think is his best fit?
Well, look, I'm with Acho. Like, the Rams are the best place for him, right? He loved it there. They loved him. But, like, if you look at teams that have, like, a need, there are teams that could use this kind of receiver. I mean, like, I look at the Indianapolis Colts, who look like they're primed for a big run, right? And they have Michael Pittman, who they're very excited about, young receiver. But, you know, adding someone like this would diversify that passing game a little bit for Matt Ryan. Again, once he's healthy, and I think that's the kind of team that he could go to and thrive. It's a quarterback he would trust, which is very important for him as well.
And another team that's looking for a Super Bowl, which is exactly what he wants. He'll take 2. Now, Acho, as you look at this, and Dan mentioning he's got to get healthy first. There's a chance he might not be on a roster week 1. What do you think? Do you think he's actually rostered by week 1 or at least soon?
I don't think so, and I don't think that's anybody's fault. I think any team should sign Odell Beckham Jr. sooner rather than later because you know how talented he is. It's not an issue of will he be healthy. You know he's going to be healthy. I think the reason he hasn't signed yet is I think he's trying to figure out where exactly he wants to go. Obviously, there have been a lot of quarterback movements in the offseason. Obviously, as Dan Graziano just said, there may be a benefit in waiting. You might see who's a contender and who's not. But I think that Odell Beckham Jr. Is going to be on a roster. It's just a matter of time and a matter of where he wants to go.
If he does go back to the Rams, does that mean they're favored to win it all?
I think are they not already?
Like even without?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, like
Robinson. Yeah,
I don't know.
Like a solid roster. They should be in the mix.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying favored to win it. Would you call the Super Bowl for the Rams if they bring back OBJ?
I wouldn't, because I don't believe in repeats.
Okay, there you go. There you go. See?
Outside of the 2002-2003 Patriots.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Long time ago. It's a long time ago.
All right, that was a long time ago. All right. Meanwhile, check this out, guys. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, we were just talking about him a couple of seconds ago, Adrian Peterson. Guess what? He's decided to fight Le'Veon Bell. They've signed contracts for a heavyweight boxing match, if you can believe it, an exhibition on July 30th at Crypto.com Arena in LA. The trend continues of big-time athletes and social media stars crossing over into boxing, although they're both big-time athletes. So, guys, this got us thinking, Sacho, what 2 athletes would you pay to see fight?
Man, I would pay to see Draymond Green fight somebody because it seems like everybody in the world, at least in the media world, is scared of Draymond Green. So put some boxing gloves on and let's see what happens.
Draymond Green, Charles Barkley. Could that happen? Let's see that happen. What do you think, Dave?
Feels unlikely. I think this is like NFL offseason Mad Libs, right? Like you throw a bunch of names together and, oh, what are they going to do, box? Like, it's just bizarre. I don't know. My mind got racing to get up colleagues. Like, I want to see, like, I had the idea, like Ryan Clark and Dominique Foxworth. Like, you know, I like this. Yeah, because I could totally see them, like the rules, right, from Anchorman, like no touching of the hair or face. Like, that would be, I could see the setup being really big for them, but I don't think, they love each other too much.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
I just want to see Greeny put some gloves on. I want to see Greeny in a little boxing thing with the shirt and the gloves. That's all I want to see. Somebody show me. Ryan, you can box Greeny.
I'm not boxing Greeny. No, I don't think Greeny would. If that happened, Greeny wouldn't be back, and he's got to be back. You know, we can't do that to him. What's happening around the NFL?
Yeah, let's start in Indianapolis. Watch out for this Darius Leonard situation. Coming off of back surgery, not likely to be available for the start of camp. His availability will be watched closely this offseason, this training camp. Very, very important player for a team that has very high hopes for this season. He's had some injuries in years past. Says he feels great, but keep an eye on that as the season gets closer. 49ers continue to talk to wide receiver Deebo Samuel about a potential contract extension. This was getting touchy earlier in the offseason when he told Jeff Darlington that he wanted to be traded. But it seems like there's been a little bit of a thawing in that relationship, and the Niners are optimistic they can get a deal done. They just have some other issues to sort through financially, including Jimmy Garoppolo, their starting quarterback, who is going to be replaced, we think, by Trey Lance this year as the starter, has $24 million of salary that's not yet guaranteed, but would become guaranteed if he's on the roster by week 1. So once he's recovered from his shoulder surgery and can start throwing here in a couple weeks, the 49ers hope they can interest some teams in trading for him. If not, they may have to set him loose by releasing him onto the open market.
Ooh, that would be a big blow for the 49ers, hoping to get something good for Jimmy G. So let's stop down on Jimmy G and talk about him a little bit, Dan. How robust is the market for Jimmy G?
I mean, not very. Like, it's late June, right? The time to move somebody like this would be in March before free agency, but that's right when he had the surgery. So that really put a damper on the market. And at this point, there just aren't that many teams that are in the market for a starting quarterback. You know, Carolina's still maybe fishing around, Seattle if he gets released. But the Niners' hope is that someone's situation changes, right? And now the market gets a little bigger because somebody has an injury or because somebody's situation just wasn't what they thought it was. So they're hoping that they have time to still do that.
Yeah, he's such a talented quarterback. I mean, a lot of teams would want him, but at this point, I got to imagine the 49ers' leverage is at an all-time low. Sam, do you side with conventional wisdom here that says the 49ers should move on from Jimmy G?
I do, only because of what San Francisco just said. They said that Trey Lance is their starting quarterback, and so I'm not going to deny San Francisco already admitted. But what I would deny, where I would change a little bit, is that San Francisco does not need to be on our timeline. In our timeline, we're saying, man, it's got to be a trade. It has to happen now. No, let training camp come around. Let teams see what they have, or better yet, don't have in their quarterback rooms when the preseason games come, when your actual practices and scrimmages come, and then the market will grow for Jimmy Garoppolo. Right now, we're all assuming that all our quarterbacks that we have in our roster are going to be great. Once the real season starts, at least preseason, training camp, the truth will come out and then the market will grow for Jimmy Garoppolo.
See, if Sam Acho is my GM and we're doing that, then in theory, this could go into the season. So, Dan, I wonder, as you look at this, well, I mean, then there would be the financial ramifications if that happens. So I'm thinking maybe it couldn't go that far. They have to make a choice by then.
So the salary's not guaranteed. Once he's on the roster week 1, then like any veteran, the salary becomes guaranteed because he can sue for a termination pay if they cut him and get the full salary. So they would have to do something by then, whether it's rework the contract, whether it's trade him, whether it's release him. They're not likely to be able to carry that $24 million on this year's cap and still be able to do an extension with Deebo Samuel and Nick Bosa, 2 guys they really want to get locked up.
But that's where it gets really interesting, right? Because really quickly, at that point, Jimmy G would have to agree to go to a reduced number, and he's not likely to do that if he wants to go.
Right. So that's why the Niners are hoping the market expands, because their ideal situation would be to trade him.
Okay, this could get very interesting. Folks, keep an eye on the clock, especially leading up to week 1, to what happens with him. All right, so let's move on to this. Acho, man. It's a segment where we take a look at the trending clips and our man Sam Acho interprets them for us. So, Sam, What do you make of this guy fighting in the ring while holding a laptop and doing a Zoom call?
Yo, that is hilarious. Oh my God. So first of all, I would sign up to watch the Zoom. Yeah, you asked me earlier, would I get into the ring and fight? No, but I would sign up for a weekly Zoom, watching people box with the green screen behind them. I'm all about it. Sign me up. Let me know the link, the password. Set me up for recurring meetings. This is great.
Wait, I love that. Why does he have the green screen? That's probably the best part.
We've all had a meeting where we felt like this.
Yeah. All right. Wait, I got another one for you. Next, let's check out this person hopping on the ground without using their arms.
Yo, so first I saw somebody compare this to Squidward. I said, okay, I respect it. And then I saw the talent. Look at his right leg. Look at that right leg, left leg, right leg, left. Look at the talent. I want to go at home and try. I feel like my little kids will be going to try this when we go home. This will be the new celebration in the 2022 season. Forget the gritty, forget all of that. We're doing this. We need to name it.
How many guys can even do this?
I think you could. This could be your warm-up, your workout.
I could not do that. Imagine you just sitting there eating lunch, and then like this guy rolls by.
And then, speaking of crazy, look at this. What are your thoughts on the new workout by Saints quarterback Jameis Winston? What is that?
So I got two thoughts. First of all, it doesn't look like a great look for Jameis, right? Like, the weights look fake. It's like those things you blow them up, and you're like, yeah, I'm lifting all this heavy weight. Now, the counterintuitive side of this is, I have done workouts where you have those little bamboo bars where it works on your stability, right? This is working shoulder stability. This is working arm strength. But no one wants to hear that. Everyone wants to laugh, and this is worth laughing about.
Somebody on Twitter said it looks like the javelin from Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, I get that you're doing this, but the last thing you should be doing is posting this. This is the kind of thing you do in the closet and don't tell anybody. I mean, this is crazy. Oh, by the way, got a bonus for you.
Shoulder stability, arm strength, all of it.
We got a bonus for you. Over the weekend, J.J. Watt, soon-to-be first-time father in the fall, posted this photo on Twitter showing how he's getting his dad bod ready for the occasion. That's a dad bod?
Man.
Stole my idea.
No, that's not a dad bod. Nope. Put that man in 300 right now. Put that man. Y'all seen 300 where they had the little things with the. Put that man in the 300. Forget football. JJ, you had a great career, right? We were together, came out, all the stuff. Go into acting. You will make a huge living, make a huge. You see Tom Brady making $375 on TV? Get on that TV, JJ. Trust me.
All I have to say is he's shaming all of us dads. This is unfair.
Well, again, he told my idea. I was going to do that exact picture.
You were going to do it?
But now it would feel silly.
Dan,
okay. Well, no, you can still do it.
It's never too late.
Posted by Friday. We'll see.
I'll get on that.
It's never too late.